Welcome to the Cherie Show. We are coming to you live from beautiful blue skies.
Finally.
My buddy Ed Stepp is joining us. He is not only a friend, he has been a sponsor for a long, long time. And we might add, we're going to be flipping your commercials and changing some new commercials coming out.
Absolutely, and the new ones are going to be all Georgia agents.
Yay, don't you love that? Alpha has been a big part of the community in Blue Ridge for a long time, and I know we have agents all over the state, but there's something about the day you walked into my office and you just had that personality. I just loved you from day one. It's kind of like, okay, I really like this guy. And we have found that we can work well together. I can refer to you, you can help me, and that's what we do. And that's what communities that we serve do, is you help each other.
Absolutely. And I'm finding out in my area, I have a great relationship with the majority of other agents like myself. And we pass business back and forth and try to help the client, because at the end of the day, it's about him, her, the situation. If I can't do it, I've got 3 or 4 other guys that can do it, so we try to pass them around and do it.
Yeah.
And the community as a whole in my industry is great.
That's right.
They're real good. They do a lot.
Well, somebody that we had our auto insurance with before I met you recommended, when their prices went up, that I call you. And it saved us some money. And when you're looking at budgeting, and I've made fun of myself, because when you get my age, you get in the old time money, and you've got to spread it as far as you can. You have to watch every single penny. So I was watching, and when I had, it was like, I think it was $20-something a month difference. Well, 20 times 12, here we go. That's putting groceries on the table for a month or more. So you have to do what you have to do. And my other agent said, I think you should check with him. And we did. And we changed several things to you. And it's all about people are taking care of each other, which is really cool. It is really cool. And one of the things I'm doing now, I'm trying to help a friend get some financing done on vehicles, and I'm finding that a lot of insurance companies are also stepping into that market. Does Alpha do any of that?
At the present time, no. Maybe we may, and when I say may, we may be 2 or 3 years down the road from that. Alpha as a whole is growing more right now than we've ever grown. Have a presence now, Georgia, Alabama, Mississippi, and now we're getting into the percentage of that market. Our market shares are growing, and people are finding out your smaller companies have less risk across a southeastern part of this country. The smaller ones doesn't give the increases like a lot of your bigger ones do now. A lot of your bigger ones, they're big because people trust them.
Yes.
Our size is really growing. I should have sent it to you. J.D. Powers just announced their 2016 claims satisfaction report, and I'm glad to say that Alpha was number 2 in a 9-state southeastern region.
That's awesome.
The only other company that was higher than us was Farm Bureau Tennessee. And I have now found out through the release of this report to us agents, because it had to go to home office before they released it to us, we actually have a relationship with that company, and we are actually in constant relationships with them. Since they've got a lot broader perspective, they're actually helping us with their larger perspective. And we got a relationship with them that's really great. And we as agents are starting to see the change. We've just brought on a brand new computer system, and when I say brand new, I'm talking company-wide, 3 states, new platform. I mean, it's $100 million. But it's an investment. But here's the thing about it. You look at that and say, well, that's a lot of money. Well, it is, but the first day we went online with it at the home office, just the new system alone saved nearly 8,000 sheets of paper the first day.
What about that? Isn't that crazy?
So now they're releasing that to all of us agents, which I've got to go to training in 2 weeks with it. Well, we go through nearly 2 cases of paper a month.
Yeah.
Well, that's $60.
Yeah.
But now they're telling us that I'm going to cut it down to maybe a half a case. Okay, great. That's.
And how many trees had to give their life so you could have a case of paper? There you go.
Absolutely. But,
there you go.
But we're excited. It is a good time for us. There's a lot of things happening for us. whenever you get noticed by J.D. Powers, I mean, that pretty much
Pretty
says it
cool.
all.
That's pretty cool.
yeah.
You know, when we talk storms, I know being an insurance agent, you have to say, Lord, I sure do dread spring. But when spring comes, you have to be prepared. And that's another thing we want to talk about today. I want to go ahead and do the birthdays, and let's take care of that.
Okay.
But you have to be prepared, and we want to talk about right now is the time before the massive storms come to check your insurance and make sure that you are covered for replacement cost.
Absolutely.
And that's so very important. We'll talk about that in just a minute. But I have birthdays today, and happy birthday to Lynn Creech, to Billy Pope, who I've known since I was 13 years old. Happy birthday, Billy Pope. To Margaret Mason, who I might say, as she ages, is more beautiful than ever. To Adam Jones, to Mitzi Saxon, to Holly Holt, to Jody Young, to Joan Rutledge, to Christina Crook, and I have a birthday from a grandmother that sent it in to me on my phone. I got it last night. It disappeared. I couldn't find it this morning. So Shirley, if you will pick up the phone and call us at 866-939-2329. She has a very special granddaughter that she wanted to tell happy birthday, and I need you to pick up the phone and call me. And also to the Mason family, congratulations. There is nothing quite like a beautiful granddaughter to be born. Healthy, happy, mom and baby are doing fine. Weslyn Mabry Woodall was born, I believe, yesterday. And to Tammy, who has become a grandmother, way too young. And gorgeous. I don't know what they're going to call her. You know, grandmas are getting that trendy thing now. They don't want to be, I'm nanny. I've always been nanny to the kids. I'm just nanny. I was a nanny at 30. Isn't that disgusting? I was like Loretta Lynn. Oh my gosh. But I didn't mean to be a nanny at 30. Trust me on that one too. So, but it was, the kids chose to call me nanny. So I said, okay, I'll hang with that. But grandmothers today are picking these trendy names, and I'm like, okay, my granny was my granny. And her mama was my grandma, and I just hung with the old stuff. So, and as I get old, I think I appreciate them more.
Our family was the same way.
Same way. We also need a special prayer request today for Ronnie Thompson. Miss Vicki took him for eye surgery this morning, and you as a Ford truck driver, I bet you know who Ronnie Thompson is, and such a good guy, and I hope that everything will be fine for them today. I'm not sure what kind of surgery, I don't know if it was cataract or what, but please say a prayer, number one, for Miss Vicki for getting him through this, and to Ronnie for being so strong and such a good guy. And also, yesterday, I got a gift on the air, and it was an Alaska handkerchief, and David Ballou sent me a message and said that his wife wanted to come and meet me and bring it to me. That would have been so much fun, because everybody knows I'm so hung up on Alaska, especially since my granddaughter is on NBC News there now, and I'm just like, oh, I can't whine anymore. I have to be proud of her and sit up straight and be good, as Mama would say. So I'm trying to just hang in there and be good about it. Tori's very excited. She's very thankful for being in Alaska, and she is loving her job. So, but you talk about software. She said yesterday that she has a new editing package at NBC that she had never worked with before, and she said it's a little different, and you have to learn. But with technology, there's always change. Always change. Yeah, and you have to be. It's like when we go to real estate school. I was having problems last night trying to do something, and I called one of my friends, and I said, "You gotta help me. I can't get this thing to go. It just keeps spinning," and it's my 15-year-old computer, I think. I think it might have something to do with that. So anyway, now let's talk about storm preparation, because the other night as the storms were coming through, I looked around, and you have our homeowners coverage, and I thought, replacement value, how do you replace your great-grandmothers and your grandmothers' timeless treasures? You can't replace those things. But value-wise, furniture, beautiful antique furniture, is it important if you have beautiful antiques to up your coverage, or what do you do to cover that, Ed?
Well, stuff of that nature, I always try to tell people, if it truly has a antique-ish value, get it appraised. Bring me an appraisal from a certified appraisal, and let's do what we call a personal article floater on it. We do them all the time. I done one yesterday on 2 rings and a necklace. Between the 2 rings and the necklace, there was nearly $40,000 worth of coverage.
Sure.
Well, our rate's very simple. Take 40,000, divide it by 100, and whatever that number is, it's $1 per 100.
Okay.
So we insured that very cheaply, and it was nearly $300 less than they were currently paying for it.
Yeah.
Here's the hard part about insurance. A lot of sentimental stuff.
Has no value to anybody but you.
It has no value.
No,
and we have faced that.
Yeah.
Me coming in from the backside of insurance in my career, being a restoration specialist to an adjuster to being here now, those are the hard ones to find because it's the world to you. It was left by somebody 3 generations deep.
Right.
And it has no cost. But unless there's an appraisal and it's on a separate policy by itself,
in trouble.
That's hard.
Well, I was on the air one day and had a theft of all the jewelry that I didn't have on, which was a lot of jewelry in my house. And at that time, I don't even know who my agent was, but I had Allstate insurance, $2,500. One ring was $10,000.
Absolutely.
So I got $2,500 and learned a hard lesson. Now, if I own it, I wear it because you know, and it's like the ring that I had that I wore every single day for 30-something years. To see that gone was devastating, but it was my fault. I didn't have any of this stuff covered to the value it should have been because I just knew that, well, my jewelry was in my house, so certainly my jewelry would have been covered by my homeowner's policy. It is to a point.
It is.
But it's your responsibility to check on that policy.
And I try to tell people when we write, regardless if it's a brand new home, whether they're moving from another company to us, a basic policy, $2,500 is usually the magical number for a lot of things. Guns, coins.
That's a joke.
Furs,
That's a big joke.
Stuff of that nature. So, I'd try to do my best to say, okay, I had a guy, prime example, had a guy 3 weeks ago. I said, you got any valuables? You got any guns? He said, yeah, I got plenty of guns. I said, is it worth over $2,500? He said, well, I got one gun that's worth over that. Long story short, he wound up having 19 of them. So I told him to write them all down, make, model, serial numbers, scopes, make, model, serial numbers. I've got a local guy in Blue Ridge that'll appraise it and give me a number, and we insured him for that.
Right.
So now,
at a cost he could afford.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
And it's very similar to the jewelry we talked about. It's priced per 100.
Right.
Well, by the time we broke it all down and paid it, he said, well, Lord of mercy, he said, I couldn't replace one of the scopes for what that premium's going to be.
Right.
Well, and here's the thing I like about putting stuff on individual policies. And everybody's saying, well, you make more money on it. But that's not the point. The point is if you had a total loss, the adjuster pulls up, everything's in rubble, and you've got a policy here that says you got $14,000 worth of guns, here's the model numbers and pictures, guess what? That's an automatic write a check, here you go.
Right. There's no argument.
Well, it doesn't get mixed in with the home. It's completely separate. So the more valuables you have that you can kind of separate out, the easier it would be if that day comes. And in our industry, we see it a lot. Most people say, well, that'll never happen to me. That'll never happen to me. Last year, a friend of mine...
Don't ever say that. It's all happened to me. It's all happened to me.
Last year, we had a friend of ours in Florida. They was actually even going on vacation. The wife left a candle on a nightstand.
Oh, my.
Burning, and it was not a big candle. It was a very little candle. The windows were cracked, and the wind was blowing the shears. The shears blew over the candle and lit the whole thing up.
Oh, my.
Over a little candle and a shear, and the window cracked that much.
Oh, my.
And nearly $1 million house burnt to the ground over a 50-cent candle.
Oh, my goodness. That's scary. Well, it's interesting because somebody was on one day and talking about dishwashers are like a no-no. They cause fires because a little piece of plastic can get in there. I think it was a home repair guy was talking about that. And no, it was the fire chief. And I laughed about it because this morning at 7:30 I started my dishwasher. Now at midnight last night I had it loaded and I had the chemicals in there ready to mash the button. And I thought, do I really want to go to sleep with this dishwasher? And I said, the answer is no. So I waited till this morning while I was getting ready, hit the button and ran it because a dishwasher, would you have thought if you hadn't heard it from a fireman that a dishwasher is a fire hazard?
Dishwashers and dryers. Don't never go to bed with either one of them running.
Yeah, it's crazy, but it is to take care of ourselves. Now, if people want to do an analysis and they want you to give them pricing, are prices across the board going up on insurance? Are we finding that?
Well, I can promise you this, they ain't never going down.
Right.
Unfortunately, the industry as a whole is taking a hard shot.
We've had a lot of disasters, natural
we have.
disasters, yeah.
You know, we've, up until just recently, the past year has been pretty good to us. You know, a few areas, Albany back a couple of months ago had two tornadoes roll through.
Right.
I knew the agent in the area. They got hit pretty hard. But as a whole, the Southeast, for the most part, has been kind of quiet. Better knock on some wood for that.
Yeah.
But the thing about rate increases is, of course, you've got an insurance commissioner that sits down at the Capitol. Everybody needs to research when it comes time for election. Everybody needs to research this because nobody's thinking about it. They're thinking about the bigger seats. The insurance commissioner don't get looked at very much. Well, he's the only one in the state of Georgia that can sit there and see the rates for every single company. Okay? You got two major large companies that just announced 2016 financial statements. One of them was $7 billion loss.
Wow.
I can assure you they're going to make that up in rates.
Wow.
Okay, now.
That's like the big dollars.
It is. And the year before was
That's like Congress's salary. I had to throw that in. And the Senate, and I think they both ought to take a pay cut. Go ahead.
But that's the thing about it. He sits there and he sees all of this. Well, they report the financial reports to him. And this year, rate increases are based on a particular company. Of course, this is my opinion. This is nothing legal. This is nothing you can use. One of the companies last year reported a 42% over beyond 100%. Every premium paid in, they was 42% over 100. So they reported 142% loss.
Wow.
Well, that alone for fourth quarter turned out to be $42 million just for fourth quarter alone. They requested, see, the rates go both ways. Sometimes the insurance commissioner will say, you're below everybody else. You need to bring yours up 4 or 5% to kind of balance everybody out. Okay, that's
Is that a level playing field? Is that why they do that?
Sometimes.
Okay.
And to be honest with you, the algorithm that is made up of, I don't know that anybody.
I didn't realize that. I just thought it was the cost of doing business. Maybe your company is more efficient at doing business than this company is, because in everything we see waste.
Well, correct. Smaller companies, of course, are cheaper to run, but yet we still have waste within them as well. It's where I'm going with this rate thing is companies can go to them and say, hey, we need a rate increase, and we need a rate increase of X. Well, this particular company we're talking about asked for something ridiculous like a 23% increase and got it.
And how many people would have to leave that company? You couldn't stay in that kind of increase.
No, but the problem is when you allow one company to have that large of an increase, so you're sitting here and you got a spike in it, and everybody else is down here, well, eventually they got to walk them up.
Yeah. Yeah, that's scary.
It is. Well, I hate to say it, it's government.
Well, I was going to tell you, if I, and I would not disclose these numbers, but if I disclosed my income and what I pay monthly for insurance, and you have a little idea of what it is, I pay about 74% of my income to insurance on a monthly basis.
That don't surprise me.
Now, how do you live in old age and do that? Because I'm, as bad as I hate to admit it, I'm old enough to be your mama. It is the truth. Even if I wasn't Loretta Lynn, I'm old enough to be your mama. But it's crazy because we have to keep insurance. We have to protect ourselves. I listed a house yesterday, and we were standing out there on this beautiful riverbank, and I said, what does your flood insurance cost you? And he said, I don't have to have flood insurance. And I said, seriously, this piece of property doesn't require flood insurance? He said, no. But he said, I had to fight to get this. And he is on a river that flows into Lake Lanier. Never flooded, never probably ever will flood. But sometimes rules and regulations make it impossible for people because they came at him and said, you've got to have flood insurance. Well, he being an engineer, did a long, extensive study and proved to them that he didn't have to have that insurance. And it saved him $4,000 a year. Correct. Because the mortgage company said you have to have it. He said, oh no, I'm going to take my Georgia Tech degree and I'm going to show you boys something. And he did. So that was a $4,000 savings. He is retirement age. When you are retired, why would you want to waste $4,000 a year? on anything.
You wouldn't.
You wouldn't. You wouldn't. So it pays to take care of business and to sit down with somebody like you and say, you know, and I know that you're honest enough that you're going to say, I can't help you here, but I know somebody who can.
Oh, yeah.
Because you don't cover everything. Do you do life insurance?
We do a lot of life insurance.
Okay. Okay, because life insurance is that non-forgiving insurance.
Mm-hmm.
If you don't get it right,
Mm-hmm.
it's gone.
Mm-hmm.
And everybody knows our story, how Angela didn't change her beneficiary. And you know, her agent called her and called her and called her and tried to get her in for a meeting.
Mm-hmm.
Your agent shouldn't have to beg you to come in for a meeting. Yearly, you need to check things out.
Mm-hmm.
Yearly, you need to check things out.
We try to do our best. We can look ahead and see that the people renewing the next month. And we do our best to try to contact those people. We don't always get to. But we try to say, hey, you're renewing, you may have an increase on this, you might not. Come in. I think you may qualify for some discounts. If you've been with us any length of time, there's been other discounts that's come out since you wrote that policy.
And have multiple policies.
Absolutely. I try to do my best to get people in. And problem is we live in a microwave world. Everybody wants to watch 60 Minutes in 20 because of ball games and this, that, and the other. And no, I don't have time to come in. So I've started doing home visits. I do well after hour visits. It's whatever they want. I'm working with a family right now on life insurance. Bought their first home. She's 28, he's 32. 4
It's
kids.
important. It's important.
And when I ask her about it, she said, never even thought about that.
Sure.
But if a spouse loses a spouse, you're not only losing a spouse, you're losing an income.
Sure.
And you're going to lose a lifestyle.
And with 4 children, they better take care of business.
Absolutely.
You better take care of business because anything could happen. You know, we see it every single day. You hear a story and you're like, oh my gosh, you wonder about who's going to step up and take care of the kids now. So, and you know, sadly, there have been events where both parents were killed. And then there had to be money left for grandparents or somebody else to raise these children. So it's not, you know, you're not taking care of this one or this one. You're taking care of that family that's going to be left there.
We have a family we're working with in that aspect. Mother suddenly passed away due to some natural causes, left 3 little kids. Custody went to the grandfather. Grandfather is now, you know, your age, raising little
and
ones.
it takes money to do that.
Right. Well,
you can't do it on your little checks you get when we get old.
Well, and here's the thing about it. There was no money left.
Wow.
So now he's retired, fixed income, taking care of 3 kids. Well, now we're working trying to get him a policy that he can afford. So if something happens to him, the 2 daughters will have money to help raise these 3 children.
Yeah. How sad is that? Yeah. And it is part of taking care of business. You know, you need one of them Elvis necklaces that says TCB. Well, right now we're going to TCB and we're going to take care of some business. We're going to go to a commercial break here at ETC. And don't forget, Trading Time comes on today at 5 o'clock again. And it's live. You can pick up the phone, you can call, you can sell anything except your ex-wife. We don't take ex-wives on Trading Time. Although we've been offered a few. No, I'm just kidding, y'all. I'm just kidding. All right, we're going to take a break. Please remember our sponsors. And please think about going by the Dairy Queen and saying, I want a slaw dog with mustard, ketchup, and slaw. In Jasper, they make the best slaw. There's just something about, I don't know what their technique is, but I am hung up on slaw dogs. So I've come in here one day and I got slaw dripping in my face. Don't be surprised. They are one of our newest sponsors, and we appreciate them joining the group here. Ed's been with us a long, long time. So many folks make it possible for us to come into your homes every day and make sure that you tell them, hey, I saw your commercial on the Cherie Show. We'll be back in just a couple of minutes.
You have never been so happy, dancing, swinging, laughing at me, smile on my face. It's happiness for days, Flowers in the garden grow, sun will shine on us below. All our days, growing up and old together, couldn't even dream a better, couldn't even dream a better way. You are everything I need, happy ever after we'll be. Couldn't even dream a better, once upon a life together, couldn't even dream no better way. A better way. A better way.
Fountain Roofing has been providing excellent service for 35 years. Let Lonnie assist you in choosing the roof perfect for your home and your budget. Commercial or residential, he can handle it all. Fountain Roofing continues to provide quality workmanship and will provide references upon request. At Fountain Roofing, we've got you covered. Call Lonnie at 706-692-6997. That's 706-692-6997.
Since 1962, Gilmer Towing has been serving the North Georgia area and would like to say thanks to all of our customers. For over 48 years, Gilmer Towing has carried on a family tradition with an experienced and friendly staff that offers 24-hour damage-free towing, unlocks, and four-wheel drive recovery. So when you're stuck in a ditch, tires flat, or car won't start, give us a call. Local or long hauls, big or small, Gilmer Towing will get them all. Give us a call today at 706-636-4TOW.
In today's changing world, some things should never change. Time-honored compassionate services are what families have come to know with Roper Funeral Home. Our professional and courteous staff offers traditional services, cremations, as well as advanced funeral planning, which relieves the burden from those we love.
Hello, I'm Kevin Roper. If you have any questions about the services we provide, we invite you to give us a call, stop by, or better yet, ask a family who has used our services.
We've had Alpha Insurance since our first daughter.
And when we had quadruplets, we really needed Alpha.
Now we need our own insurance with great rates, fast claim service,
and a local agent we know.
And we want a company our kids and grandkids can trust.
Call Alpha!
For the best agents in the business, call Ed Stepp in Blue Ridge.
Georgia Medical Treatment Center in Canton specializes in low-level pain management. We provide a holistic approach to treatment, managing knee, back, and joint pain along with migraines, allergies, and medical weight loss through holistic and alternative approaches rather than pharmaceutical treatments. By offering multiple specialties under one roof, including chiropractic care and neuropathy injection treatment, we create the continuity of care that assures positive patient outcomes. So take the first step to a life free of pain. Give us a call or go online today to georgiamtc.com.
We are back on ETC, and Ed, we have some really awesome, good news we want to share about you, because you have not been nominated as Arnold Schwarzenegger's the next You're Fired guy.
No.
You have not won an Academy Award. You didn't get any kind of Emmy, but you have been rated as one of the survivors who made it through. Let's talk about this.
It's kind of hard for me. It's very emotional. I had a friend of mine that called me in 2016 in April on a Friday. I was headed home, and in the conversation he said, "Have you heard about Sean?" Sean was a friend of ours. And I said, "No. What has he done now?" He said, "No, he's been diagnosed stage 4 colon cancer," and said he's eat up. Said it's bad.
Wow.
And he was already 7 months into treatment.
40 years old or so.
He was 2 years older than me, which made him 46 at that time. Long story short, I chewed on that all weekend. I went in Monday morning, called my physician, and said, "Hey, I need a referral to get a colonoscopy." He said, "Why?" I said, "I lost my grandfather at 56. I was 44. I got it." Of course, most men, you go into a colonoscopy, I'm 10 foot tall and bulletproof. Let's get this done. I got to get back to work.
Right.
And later, 2 weeks later, I was diagnosed with stage 3B colon cancer. Two surgeries.
And we know colon cancer is that one early detection, so very important.
It is. And my mother, bless her heart, had been on me since I was 40. At this time, I was 44. "Son, you got to go, you got to go, you got to go." Well, I'll be honest with you, I wished I'd listened. Those out there that's hearing this, listen to them. Listen to me. I was not expected to be diagnosed with cancer at age 44. 2 surgeries later, 7-8 months of chemo, sick. I mean, there's people out there watching this right now going, "I've been right there. I know what he's talking about." I've still got my port in. It's right here. Matter of fact, I got a follow-up this evening. But they called me last Friday at 4:30. I had a string of tests last week, being a PET scan.
And we have to say 2 weeks before that, you had one of your roughest weeks.
I did. I was in bed 3 or 4 days, sick.
Yeah.
Men are not the best patients to start with.
Right.
But I had a PET scan done last week, along with 6 different blood analysis type tests, tumor markers, liver markers, the whole 9 yards. And they called me last Friday at 4:30 and said I was cancer-free.
Yay. 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 Miracles, miracles, miracles. A lot of prayers have gone up for you. And I was bold about sharing your news because I didn't think you would care. I think that you would want people to pray for you. Mm-hmm. And I can guarantee you the communities that we serve have prayed for you because we knew you were that taking care of business kind of guy with your family, your kids, your business. Everything was going great. Mm-hmm. And I had made a statement. I said, my gosh, they are living the dream. I said that about you and Rhonda like 2 months before you got this diagnosis. And I said, what an awesome family, and they are living the dream. And we all know that dream can come right out from under you.
Oh, absolutely.
It can come right out from under you. But you got to keep your faith, and faith has kept you where you are today. And on those days that you were puking sick and could barely get off the couch and could walk 20 steps and give out, you knew that your faith was in, you were going to come through this, and all was going to be well. And we're declaring it today. You've come through it, and all's going to be well. We just declare this. Do you personally know Hans Rufert? Have you ever met Hans?
I have not.
Well, he is like this walking totem pole miracle, and he's like a little bitty skinny thing. He's had all kinds of health issues. His doctor looked him in the eye and said, I can't believe you're alive, because he had like a less than 1% chance of survival with the cancers he had. And tomorrow, WAGA Channel 5 out of Atlanta is actually coming to the Woodbridge Inn at noon and going to do a story about him, because he has survived with no stomach, no esophagus. I mean, you name it. He is like walking death, walking, living every single day and loving his life. And it is a gift from God.
It is.
It is a gift from God, because there were so many prayers that went up for him. He was at MD Anderson, and I can remember the day he left, and I said, I love you and goodbye, because I thought that's the last day I would ever see him. That was 8 years ago or something, and he's still a walking miracle. But faith and prayer and having that constant, you're going to get through this. Absolutely. And you never felt that you weren't going to get through this.
No, it becomes a mental game. Anybody that's ever been here, it becomes a mental game. And if you let it, it'll destroy you.
Sure.
The first 3 or 4 days, maybe even the first week, I'll be honest with you, there's one day I went to lunch, and prior to surgery, I went to lunch and couldn't go back to the office. I went home, laid on the couch, fetal position, and just cried my eyes out. At that moment, I realized, I said, look, I'm not going to take possession of this. I'm not. I've got a business to run. I've got a family to take care of. And, okay, we're going to have a few more doctor's appointments. We got a little bit, and things are going to move on.
That's right.
I never took possession of it. I never let it get to me. And I was very vocal about it. We started out first saying, we're not going to tell anybody.
Yeah.
Let's just keep this secret.
Yeah.
Well, I'll be honest.
That's dumb. That's just dumb. I'll just tell you right here, that's dumb. You needed support, and you needed help, and you needed prayer.
Absolutely. Well, and I'll tell you what I felt. Was sitting in church right shortly after the diagnosis, actually in the same church with my friend that his story had made me go. And I just felt a sense of peace to say, I've give you this for a reason. You need to tell everybody you can. You need to reach everybody you're supposed to reach. And whoever's watching you walk this walk needs to see how you're reacting to it.
Yes.
So we went to telling everybody, and it wasn't for sympathy. I don't want sympathy. If you've never had a colonoscopy, go get it.
Been there, done that, yeah.
But I'm telling you.
Need another one right now, thank you. Ugh.
Insurance will tell you, well, we don't pay for it till you're 50-year-old. I called and said, what's this going to cost me? I got to pay for it. And they said, well, we can do it for $600. I said, well, I can't pay it all at once. Well, we'll break it down into 3 months for you. Okay, great. So we go, $600. Go down, pay the first, go in. When my diagnosis come back as cancer, my insurance stepped in and picked up every dime back of it.
Wow, that's awesome.
Between May of last year and December, Blue Cross Blue Shield spent $700,000 on me.
To keep you here. Well, they know your value. We called and told them. We called and told them. So.
But it definitely wakes you up. I mean,
Sure
we all
does.
think that mortality is never going to get us.
No.
But even Dick Clark himself didn't make it.
That's right. He didn't. Even though he was looking awful young when he left here, wasn't he?
Definitely was. He definitely was.
He was.
If anybody out there hears my heart, go get checked.
Yeah,
And
absolutely.
especially if you're a male and you're over 45 and you've never been checked.
Yep.
Do your family a favor and go get checked.
That's right. That's right. Now, I want you to give your office phone number because we got to shoot you out of here. And we've got another guest coming on. He and I are going to look like Johnny Cash and June Carter Cash, I reckon. So we ain't going to sound nothing like them, I'll tell you that.
Well, y'all can reach us. Of course, our office is in Blue Ridge, directly behind McDonald's.
Right. When you smell the grease and I just got to have a French fry. You're right there.
But, drop in, see us, call us 706-632-7255.
There you go.
We're more than welcome. Sometimes if we go to lunch, there's a sign on the door, we'll be back in a few minutes.
That's right. That's right. Everybody's got to eat.
Absolutely.
Everybody's got to eat. Thank you again for being a sponsor for many years. Thank you for being a dear friend. And this is the kind of agent that you need that genuinely will pick up the phone and call you just to check on you. And you've done that for me many times, and I appreciate it so much. And I love you, and I'm not going to cry. I'm not crying. We're going to go to another commercial break, and when we come back, Mark's going to join me, and we're going to talk leather. He's brought in a cow. It's nearly as big as I was feeling yesterday in that outfit. We'll be back in just a few minutes.
With speeds up to 150 meg, ETC and Ignite delivers more shopping, more music, more learning, more streaming, more speed to power smartphones, movies, and streaming video, more speed for more devices in your home, and more room in your budget with ETC's low pricing and bundled discounts. Get the fastest internet around with Ignite's new 150 meg. More speed, more savings. Call ETC today.
Proverbs 4:26 states, "Ponder the path of your feet, then all your ways will be sure."
Too often, investors are looking for instant gratification or some secret formula for success.
The prudent, however, have pondered the path of their money, invested with a vision, and based upon a plan that drives the selection of their investments.
We believe the prudent approach is to have a strategy and patiently work towards your goals.
Give us the opportunity to compete for your business, because at Kiker Wealth Management, the wisdom is in the planning.
I'm Lauren Smith, University of Georgia. Today we have John Davis, former Georgia Tech All-American, and Frank Ross, captain of the Bulldogs' 1980 National Championship team in a Subway showdown. Subway.
How many Subways does that Singleton own? He just up at number 17. He started in my hometown of LJ. Yeah, but he graduated from University of Georgia.
Hey guys, who's hungry? It looks like Subway and Singleton Food Services Incorporated, the winner again. We all love Subway.
Chevy runs deep in Canton at Bill Holt Chevrolet. Deeper selection, deeper discounts, and we're letting everybody know it. Not just Chevy buyers in Atlanta. Chevy buyers in Blairsville, Blue Ridge, Jasper, and LJ. If you're out there, we're right here with one huge selection at Truck HQ. Always get our lowest prices and friendliest service. Online, BillHoltGM.com.
'Cause when you're talking trucks, you're talking Truck HQ.
At Blue Ridge Dermatology, we believe your skin is vital to your health. That's why each of our providers gives personalized treatment recommendations. Let Dr. Mills do a thorough exam. He specializes in all skin conditions. Jamie Savageau is our nurse practitioner who specializes in skin disease. And our physician's assistant, Patrick Martin, is a certified injector for facial rejuvenation. Our certified laser technician, Donna Atosco, performs laser procedures with the latest gold standard equipment. Susan Newton is our medical esthetician. She specializes in chemical peels and skin tightening. Let one of the staff at Blue Ridge Dermatology help you look and feel your best.
When Mike leaves town, it's a little scary. You never know who might be outside. But we feel safer inside knowing our home is being monitored by a local company. I can check our alarm from just about anywhere. So when we get home, I know it's safe.
Get peace of mind for your family with a local company. Switch your current security monitoring to ETC Security and get 6 months monitoring free. Call ETC Security now or visit etcsecurity.com to learn more.
Whether you're swimming in the sea or splashing in the pool making a masterpiece, or just making memories. Writing a great American novel, or writing your term paper that's due tomorrow. Whatever you do in life, Farmers is here to protect it. For all your insurance needs, call Donald Curtis in Blue Ridge.
Hey guys, we've been on Facebook, we've been swapping out, we've sent Ed away, and we brought Mark to be with me. And Mark, tell me just a little bit about yourself. Number one, you've been what do you call yourself? A leather...
Well, I started about 35 years ago. My wife, her father and mother had gotten into this. It's kind of a retirement thing, and their deal was they worked flea markets, and they would travel around, and I got interested in it, and they showed me how to make purses and belts and wallets and things of that sort.
Starting from something like, can we share this piece of hide?
Yes, ma'am.
I love this. And this is basically, have we taken a cow and the cow went to dinner? After the cow goes to dinner?
This is a byproduct, okay?
Yes.
So, I mean, they didn't go out and slaughter a whole cow just to make a purse.
No.
So, and one thing nice about this, you can use either side. I can either
What's the difference? How does it go suede and how does it go the smooth?
This is actually what's up against the heating pad that they put the hides on when they're drying them.
Oh, wow.
Okay, so this is really what they were selling as the front. But then
I love this.
My daughter, I made her a couple of purses, and granddaughter, I got a 4.5-year-old that's got like 12 purses now.
Sure.
Probably has more than
now,
any
let me ask you this: why does that have a little bit of different texture?
It's just the different grades of leather. Okay. I make what could probably be called kind of a mountain type craft,
right?
Where if
you know why? Because you're at Jasper Mountains Crafts and Collectibles.
I'm glad we went into that one, huh?
Yeah.
But anyway, nothing's perfect. Everything's hand cut. I laid out, I'll lay out the patterns and stuff, and then I cut it and I hand punch it, and I hand sew everything, and it gives me a lot of pleasure.
And is it affordable? Can everybody afford a purse?
I would hope so.
Okay.
Yeah.
Tell me price points.
I would say that purse in a store that has all the fancy.
No, we don't want it in a fancy store. We want it where we can buy it locally.
Something like this would be like about $65 my cost.
Yeah.
But
cheaper than walking into the chain store and buying a leather purse.
And this is American made. Okay. Versus something that comes from a different country, so on and so forth. Now the hides do come from all over the world. The dealer that I get my hides from.
And we might say Tandy is the leather company?
Yeah, for right now, Tandy is it. And
Tandy Leather Company has been around forever.
They've been around, I think, like around 100 years. They're a real good company, good folks. I got one over in Norcross.
Now, what's the difference in we're looking at black and then we're looking at a two-tone? How do you two-tone it?
Well, that is actually a hide that...
was this a cow? I don't want to get in trouble. I get in trouble all the time. I want to say, is this a cow that... No, I better not say it. Never mind. I will get in trouble, but I'm thinking it's black and brown together.
This is actually what that was originally.
And you dyed it.
And I dyed it.
You dyed it. How interesting is that? I love this color. It's kind of a chestnut looking almost.
Yeah,
that's really pretty.
Over the years, I've learned how different techniques and things. And what I do is.
And why did this come out? Was this a white cow that gave his life?
That's how the hide looks before I start doing my magic on it. So it's really you can feel the different thicknesses. Belts are a little bit thicker. The thinner the hide, the softer that it would be. So you had mentioned something about a purse that you have that was probably done from a calf.
And it was very soft.
Yeah, that's what they make baby shoes out of. And so this is very durable. These purses last forever, so if a husband's looking to get his wife something that he doesn't have to replace in 6 months, this would be.
I love that one.
This
now,
would be
let me ask you, I love this UGA at Singleton. This is what you need to keep you 50 cents in. I love this. This is so cute. And do you do this with other themes?
Yeah, I've got all kinds of stamps that I use, and
this one, y'all, this is the sweetest little baby purse. I know a little girl up in Epworth, Georgia, who would probably, Miss Clara would probably love this little purse. She's 2.
Aww.
That is the sweetest little thing. That is so cute. Okay, and I see that you have horses and elephants. That would be interesting this year.
I have dozens and dozens more. I want to kind of give you an idea of what it takes.
An eagle. Everybody loves the eagle.
Yeah.
That would be awesome. Yeah.
That and motorcycles and butterflies.
Now, can you do a vest? Talking about motorcycles, can you make a vest?
That's kind of like a whole different realm of leather work. Mine's just mainly purses and belts, some wallets and things of that sort. I don't have a sewing machine. I don't do this full time.
And this is truly done by hand, because I'm looking at this, y'all. This is the closure. This is what do you call this? Leather
suede.
Yeah.
It would be kind of a suede feeling, but again, that is actually the back side of the hide.
That's why.
So my daughter had told me one time, she goes, "Dad, I really like the feel of the inside of my purse. Why not make them inside out?" And I thought, okay. So I did it, and people seem to really love it. So it has a very nice, rich look to it. Again, on the other side of it, you have a nice black, smooth purse.
Now, with this, you could put somebody's. Tell me this. Is that
is a real brand.
Okay, that was on the cow.
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. So this is really a unique purse.
Oh, yeah. It's one of a kind. You won't see another one going down the road. So I have several where when I go, and I might go through dozens of hides at the tannery there. And I try to pick the ones out that have the imperfections in them. And then what I do to kind of honor the poor cow that's gone to heaven or Burger King, then I try to bring that out. So I'll lay out the purse so that I can try to incorporate that into it. And again, it's a one-of-a-kind
That's neat. Yeah,
design.
That's really neat.
Yeah. So you get them.
And then you want to know, where is this farm, and what's the history, and what's the story? That's interesting.
Yeah, I mean, it's
that is interesting. I love that.
It's really
one.
nice.
Yeah,
again, it takes a little bit of finagling as far as how you lay the dye on there to really highlight that and make it look,
Now, life expectancy of leather purses. What can people assume? Will they last 5 years, 10 years? I have one I've had 15 years.
I've got a bag at home that I got back from a relative that I had made for my mother 37 years ago.
What about that?
And what I did is took it apart, reconditioned it, put some more stain on it, and put a little bit of texture. You got to remember, this is skin. Okay.
Is it?
So
alive?
You have to.
Is that what I want to say?
Well, you have to put your moisturizer on it, so on and so forth. So a lot of leather will get cracked over many years if you don't take care of it. I have motorcycle jackets that every year I go ahead and I put, I oil them down and make sure that you
Is it called saddle soap, something like that? Maybe?
Needs foot oil, saddle soap.
Okay.
I mean, there's all kinds of stuff you need.
So if we own a good purse, we should be basically taking care of it.
Just like your skin.
Yeah.
Okay, and that's going to get all wrinkled and
He's looking at me as he's saying that, y'all. All wrinkled and old.
I'm dancing, kid. I'm dancing. Okay.
That's funny. That's funny.
But anyway, I mean, leather, and everybody loves the smell of leather.
This smells fantastic.
Oh, it's like a new baseball glove or something like that.
Now, I want to ask you about, when I'm looking at this suede, I have a jacket that was made in South Africa, and it is suede.
Okay.
And it was very costly. But it is machine washable. Have you ever seen a suede jacket that's machine washable?
No, but that doesn't mean that
I was afraid to do it, but I did it, and it came out beautifully.
No kidding.
It blew my mind, because I thought, you got to be kidding me. And I've had it probably 25 years.
Wow.
And it's a dusty rose, which is really unusual.
Yeah.
But I actually, and it was like, okay, I've had it all these years. I'm going to destroy it by putting putting it in the washing machine, but I'm going to put it in the washing machine because the gentleman I got it from said this can be washed. And I said, huh, it's leather. He said it can be washed, trust me. I washed it, I hung it up to dry, and it came out fantastic. So
I've never, well, I
blew
just
my
learned
mind.
something.
Blew my mind.
I just learned something.
And it was a dusty rose suede,
No
you know,
kidding.
and then it was a lined jacket, and it was put together. What made me think about it was put together a lot like you've done.
Oh, okay.
It was beautiful,
Okay.
so beautiful.
Okay. Yeah, mine again is all hand stitched, and I have to make all the holes and everything, and I use rawhide, leather strips to go ahead and stitch everything together. So that and rivets and we got
Okay, this is becoming a lost art. Are you teaching anyone younger than you to do this?
It's kind of hard to get anybody really interested.
That's crazy. Somebody needs to pick this up.
They like to just get stuff and throw it away and
I know we are a throwaway society,
Yeah.
but to teach a young person to make these and to be able to see the pride you feel in work that your hands accomplished, that's wonderful. Now, why does this have? Is that an imperfection?
That's actually a brand on that. This hide was actually done at the factory as far as the stain of it. Okay, so I can get some pre-stained leather. I enjoy doing my own dyeing because no two pieces ever look alike. This is more or less you just take it, you lay out your patterns, you cut it out, you sew it together, you put it on the hardware, bada bing, bada boom, you're done with it.
You're done.
This again, I've had it from one end of the hide to the other, where each piece takes the stain a little bit different. So you have to, you have to put water on, then you stain, and then I use lamb's wool to buff it out, and so on and so forth. So it's to me, it's very therapeutic. I really enjoy it.
I want to ask you, can you reach that big old boy down there? Because I want to share this with our audience. I'm thinking up here in these woods, in these beautiful mountains, people build houses all the time that they're saying, I want a really unusual wall hanging. Mark, would this work as a wall hanging in a log cabin?
Well, yes and no. I mean,
if you just made it really unique, it's got the brand on it. Would that not be the coolest thing to hang as a wall? If you just cut out a few more purses of it and give it a little detail and make a wall hanging out of that.
Well, I've done some art. I do little art things I give to the kids and stuff. Maybe I have a motorcycle or has a coyote or something like that on there. So, yeah, I mean, I got this hide. I fell in love with it because of the brand.
Yeah.
And I love this color.
Yeah, I love that.
So I'm probably going to make something large.
Yeah.
So we'll see what happens.
Yeah, I think a wall hanging. I'm gonna throw that out at him and make him do that because there's so many people who have these beautiful cabins in the mountains, and they're always saying, I want something that my next door neighbor doesn't have. No, I don't want to buy that because everybody has one of those. Not everybody has one of Mark's beautiful pieces. Now,
well, we can work on that.
We could work on that. Now, let me see these wallets. How cute is that?
Well, that's a experimental ladies wallet. Okay.
And there's so many women who ride horses now. Would this not be perfect for them?
Well, that
is awesome.
The ones with the clip on it.
Yeah.
That has a nice clip to it. And I also make that with a strap that you can take on and off, so you can wear it on your belt.
Right.
And then
so for the Harley riders.
Harley, Yamaha, Suzuki.
Yeah. Harley. Harley. I love this. That is so cute, and I didn't even notice that. So it does have a clip on the back that you can just put it on. Well, we're approaching Mother's Day. If people wanted to place a special order where you could put their mom's name on something, you could do a belt for them. Could you do a purse with their initials, their mom's initials?
Mainly you put the initials on there. Nowadays, unfortunately, I used to put on kids' belts, I'd put their names, but because of what's going on in the world nowadays, you really don't want to put a name on a belt.
A child's name, yeah.
Yeah. But again, this is actually the beginning of a wallet. Okay. And then I add pockets to it, and I add rivets to it, so on and so forth. So,
right. How neat is that? Gosh, y'all, this smells so good. I wish we had smell-o-vision, but y'all will just have to suffer through. That is awesome. I love this. I love this. I love this. That is so cute. Now, again, he is located at Jasper Mountain Jasper Mountain Crafts and Collectibles, Crafts and Consignment. We're gonna get it in a minute.
It's a mouthful,
Anne's gonna
I
choke
tell
me.
you.
That's right. I need to tell her to change that name. But anyway, located across from Jasper Middle School in downtown Jasper,
Yes, ma'am.
and beautiful shop, full of good things. A lot of crafters there, a lot of unique artisans who make amazing things. And I just happened to pick you up there one day.
Oh, bless your heart. Yeah, we just happened to meet and
I said, I
went
love
from
this
there.
stuff.
And
it smells so good.
yeah, I mean it's a great shop, and the owner Ann, her family is just phenomenal.
That's Above and Beyond. Ann is her name. That's what we should name her, because she always goes above and beyond to greet the customers and to be so nice. And you know, that's what having a business in these mountains is about. If you don't overflow with that hospitality, folks ain't coming back.
That's true.
They're not coming back. But she always, when people come in, she always, doesn't matter what she's doing, she stops to greet the customer, and I love that about
fantastic.
her. Yeah.
Love
now,
that
I want to
woman.
say this: if there's a grandma out there that had a grandbaby born yesterday that might want to buy it a little pocketbook, this is $15. So that is so cute. Handmade gift for $15. I love that. That is so sweet.
And we have them in that color. We have them in black. We have them in black and brown. So and then again, all these different
so
sizes.
Cute. So cute.
And what I'll do sometimes is make the mother a purse, then the teenage daughter, then the elementary school, and then
How
we might
neat.
have the also. So everybody has a purse. It's the same thing but different, and each one has their
I
own little
love
bag,
this.
and they last forever. So
Can we give your phone number if people wanted to place an order with you?
just go through Ann there at the
at the store?
shop. That's the best way of doing it.
And you're also on Facebook. Tell people how to find you on Facebook. Oh, he's not on Facebook. Never mind. You'll just have to watch him on mine today. Well, bless his heart.
Yeah, I go strictly through Ann, and that's
all right.
that's
Just
where
go to Jasper Mountain Crafts and Collectibles.
There you go.
Consignment.
There you go.
There you go. There you go. Thank you all. Today has been a fun day. Thank you for being here.
Oh,
I
I
love
love
this.
it.
This is
I
awesome.
love it.
Thank you for sharing what you do, because there's so many talented people out there. If you have a craft or a talent that you do, if you're an artist, I would love to feature you here on the show. Pick up the phone and call me at 404-375-0590. And if you are looking for the perfect piece of property on 360 feet of river frontage, beautiful, beautiful place, pick up the phone and call me. I listed it yesterday. I think it's going to sell quickly. Spring is here. Things are about to bloom. It's going to be a beautiful time in these mountains where rivers, mountains, and good friends meet.
Oh, I love
We'll
it.
see
I
you
love
again
it up
soon. It's time to get out of here. We got to leave. You're going to head back to the shop today?
I'll probably stop by there, see Ann, and see how to
And
do
choke her for getting you into this?
Oh, yeah. Oh, I love it. I absolutely love it. Thank you so much.
Thank you
for
so
making me.
much for being here.
It's like
Thank
sitting
you.
around the dinner table. I
Yay,
tell
that's
you.
what we tell everybody. It's cool, it's casual, and it's fun. We'll see you again only on ETC. Don't forget, trading time comes on at 5 o'clock today. And pick up the phone and call and tell them what you got to sell, trade, buy, swap, whatever. We'll take care of you right here at ETC. We'll see you again soon, guys. Now for the
me by your